Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new or simply not yet subscribed, I'm Brittany, and definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be diving into ghost stories and legends from the Vatican. For those of you that don't know what the Vatican is like, it's where the Pope is. That's the epicenter of Catholic. And if you don't know, I was actually born Roman Catholic. I still think that they have the most beautiful churches. They're stunning. And, it was very strict. My parents were not strict. Not in that sense. There's certain things I wasn't allowed to do and stuff, but, we watched Harry Potter. I loved Pokemon. So, me believing in fairies was not frowned upon. Me liking mythology wasn't strange. But we didn't go to church a lot. We'd go every once in a while, and then we would go when my grandfather was being honored after he had passed. So it was kind of rare. Then I got baptized as a baby through the Roman Catholic Church. Then I was baptized again as a Baptist. It felt like the right move at the time, but even through all of this, I just believed in everything. I believed in other gods and goddesses, and I would get told that I was going to hell for believing in these things. I just think that there's other proof for other things out there. And that's my own personal belief. But because I believed in more religions and more gods and goddesses, I would literally get told that I was going to the place down under when I died. I never really knew what a term was for what I believed in until I came across a post, and it was the description of it, and it's called an ominist. So an ominist is somebody that believes in every religion, but so I think there's some truth to Christianity. So I still believe in Christianity's God, but I also think there's some truth to Greek mythology. So I believe in their gods. I believe that whatever you believe in is what you're going to experience when you die. So if you are Christian, you'll go to that heaven or hell. And if you are believe in Greek mythology, you'll go to hell or underworld, which is divided into 3 different sections, and so on and so forth. But I've been criticized a lot by it, and you know what? I'm not ashamed of my beliefs. And I do think that different religions are so fascinating. So even if you don't believe in a different religion, I really think that people should take a minute and talk to somebody that believes in something different than them, or believes in a specific religion, even if it's with the intention to not believe in it themselves, but to be respectful and hear them out. And don't get upset if somebody doesn't believe the same thing as you, because that's okay. But with that spiel, let's get into these accounts. So the first one, if you don't know this, the Catholic Church actually sanctions exorcisms. It's extremely hard to get an actual exorcism done, especially on a person, because they're extremely dangerous. But Father Gabriel Armarth, might be pronouncing his last name wrong, but he was supposed to be this expert in exorcisms, and he has passed. But he firmly believed that there were demons in the world, even some of the holiest of places. He said, quote, "The devil resides in the Vatican, and you can see the consequences." He claimed that Satan can shapeshift and speak in multiple languages, and even appear to be sympathetic. So essentially he's saying that there's a demon in the Vatican, in literally the holiest place. Next, we have this clip that was captured by a person that was waiting to enter St. Peter's Basilica. So everything seemed to be normal, but then they see this shadowy figure that appeared in the footage. And this figure, as you see, is standing in the bell tower. So some viewers thought that this could be the restless spirit of someone who unalived themselves, because the figure is seeming to look like it's going to jump. Now, the Vatican has came forward with no explanation regarding this footage. I don't believe this footage. I'm super skeptical when it comes to videos and photos of spirits. And obviously I believe in spirits, but with the technology we have, I don't know, this one seems very like Photoshop to me. Let me know in the comments what you think this is. Number 3. So this is also about St. Peter's Basilica. And it said that it stands upon cursed soil. And that it was actually built on a pagan necropolis or burial ground. And that the old spirits and gods were mad about this. And you know, Christianity, Catholicism, and like paganism have kind of been at odds, like since, I mean, it originally started where, you know, Christianity was the bad one, and then Christianity kind of took over, and then paganism was the bad one. But a lot of Christian holidays resemble pagan holidays. Lots of similarities. And, you know, paganism is not all like, it's not this black magic type thing like a lot of people deem it to be. I think it is much more widely accepted nowadays, but there are people still out there that just think that it's like devil worship, and that's not what it is. But upon construction in the 16th century, there was this like strange activity, and workers literally started dying. The Pope himself got sick, and apparitions in the form of crows would linger around the area until the Pope ordered an exorcism. And then I'm assuming it stopped. The 4th one. So when Pope Benedict the 14th, or is it 16th? XV. If the I was before the V, then I think that's the 16th. Stepped down in 2013. There was rumors that started circulating. And immediately after he resigned, Vatican City was struck by a bolt of lightning. Not long after, there was Roman Catholic man that was from America that was viewing the Vatican's webcam page. And the screen had shown this bright light that kind of filled up the entire room where the tomb was located. The light then formed this humanoid figure that stood in front of the tomb. It then moved a little bit and disappeared. This viewer was convinced that this was the spirit of Pope John Paul II. Which it would make sense if some former popes were hanging around the Vatican. Number 5. So this is the ghost of Italian noblewoman Donna Olympia Pamphil. And she's said to be seen at least once a year near the Vatican. She was of a noble family, so she, was wealthy. But she wanted to raise her station even higher. Her second husband was the brother to the then sitting Pope Innocent X. And she got into the Pope's good graces and actually managed to become his closest confidant, which is pretty impressive. They were so close that if you wanted to tell anything to the pontiff, you would literally have to go through Donna first. Like, she was the woman to go to. But as her status rose, so did her enemies. And she wanted out. She wasn't happy with this life anymore. So she secretly filled chests with Vatican gold. And she placed them in her black carriage and then drove away. She would die from the plague only 2 years later. But it said that every January 7th, which is the anniversary of the Pope's death, Donna's spirit flees across the Sisto Bridge in her carriage. I think it's crazy that it's on the Pope's anniversary and not her death. Number 6, 2007. The couple were admiring the sunbeams that were shining through a window high in the dome, and they took a picture. It wasn't until they viewed the photos later that they spotted this ethereal apparition. They said that it looks like an angel hovering on the people's heads, that it almost looks like a hologram, and they thought it was very spooky. Number 7. So it is actually quite common that when people take pictures in the Vatican that they see orbs. Now, whether this is dust kicking up from people wandering around, I mean, I imagine that the Vatican actually is quite clean, but that I've never been, so I don't actually know. And obviously dust, bugs, like things like that can look like orbs in photos, but so can spirits. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if the Vatican had its fair share of spirits. I'm sure that is not very commonly talked about though. And number 8. There was a 19-year-old tourist that had captured a video inside St. Peter's Basilica that seems to suggest the presence of a ghostly apparition. And we actually have some of that video. The video is taken from like another YouTube clip, but I am going to insert it so you can see it.
While in St. Peter's Basilica, the 19-year-old recorded a strange image that seems to be hovering well above the crowd.
Kind of see where the feet is a bit. Cloak maybe, I don't know. Kind of looks like his head's pointing off to the left area.
Fowler didn't see the image in person, only learning he'd captured the mysterious shape when he was back in BC.
To my buddy said.
A second pass with the camera and the image seems to be in a slightly different location inside the 500-year-old building.
So much history in Basilica, and it's where Jesus' second disciple, St. Peter, got crucified upside down, and he's buried right underneath that.
This image, this apparition seems to float above the crowd, and it's kind of strange. Like, it's definitely there, and then they go back in the footage and it's, you know, not in the same exact spot. I believe this one more than I believe the shadow one in the beginning. Let me know what you guys think about all of this, or if you've been to the Vatican and if you've had your own ghostly encounter there. I had my own paranormal encounter in a church, which I do have on my channel. If you go to like my paranormal experience playlist, it's on there. Here. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video. Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my videos, it helps me so much and I'm so appreciative of it. If you have your own paranormal story, you can go ahead and email me at supernaturalsessionspodcast@gmail.com. That is my newer podcast, and that is where I'm going to be sharing paranormal encounters, like personal paranormal encounters, and just a little bit more, like just an extra paranormal dose than what you get here. So if you haven't gone and followed that yet, it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can always watch it right here on YouTube. With that, I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.